Okay, so this is my weapons mount, hands-free deal that I use for elk hunting. Basically, I copied this from Randy Newberg. I saw it on his site. I made my own piece here from the original part of the ruck, run around the back and tagged in, and I use a strap on the front. This Velcro strap on here, of course, is noisy. I'm going to do something a little bit quieter in the future, but as you can see, it makes it quite easy to get the gun out, and you can get right to it real quick, and it makes it kind of convenient to get to your weapon. It doesn't interfere with a sidearm if you carry a sidearm for wolves or mountain lions, and it works really well to have this strap system. And I'll show you how to do it in my next portion of this video. I'll show you how I hooked this up using the original pack that came with this Slumberjack backpack. Right, this is finishing my video explaining how I did earlier. We've got the Slumberjack Rail-hauler 2500 here. I'm going to do a review on the pack, how much I like it, and some of the tricks I've done to it. Basically what I did was, the original pack had this piece right here. It was a bag to hold the gun, and the way that worked is it would come out of this slot on the bottom of the pack, which has a little buckle right here, and your gun would be slung here to the back of this main pack piece, which comes out of it. What I did to modify it was I took that piece off of there, remodified and attached it to the side of the frame right here. And what I use is the wrapping tape, Paramedic, and I use the tape that is waterproof and it actually clings on itself, has no sticky material residue to it like duct tape does. So when we used to rig stuff in the military, we'd use duct tape. I tend to use this cloth tape, which is a synthetic. It's not really cloth, I shouldn't call it cloth. It's pretty much water resistant and waterproof, and it's very quiet. I rigged it in with a strap, an old Edelbrook strap, and just hooked it on there and kept it secure so I can use it either as a sling mount going forward, or the pack will hold my rifle in this manner. Standard sling to the side. As you can see, I just put one Velcro strap on the top, got the sack on the bottom to hold it, and it works really well. So if you want to keep your weapon on the side instead of keeping it slung like I showed you in the first part of the video, it works really well. I love this pack. I'm impressed for 150 bucks. Well, I got it for like 139. I've added some options to it, but the pack is well made. It'll hold over 200 pounds. I've actually stepped down on the rail piece itself. I had it suspended from my bench press. It held all my 200 pounds and went up and down on it. Some of the features I like about this pack, you've got a really good sturdy frame, and the angle of the pack and the frame make it real good for your weight distribution. You see the angle of the pack here and the way the frame is angled. As you put this pack on and you start to put weight on it, it puts the weight straight back down here and puts it on your hips, and that's where you want 80% of your weight, like I talked about in my other video. So this literally takes most of the weight, angles it to this position. No matter how much weight you put on her, she's going to go right to your hips, and that's where you want it, not on your shoulders. That's why they made the shoulder straps so thinner, and some people in reviews were saying they were complaining about these straps being thin and not enough padding. I don't see an issue with that, because you can get them on easier. Your arm slides under either, and it's just enough padding, so it's all you need, and it cuts the weight down. Some of the other things that options I've added to the pack that I did, which I find real interesting. I've added these side pouches, ordered them online, and put 2 accessory pouches on it. I ordered from, it's kind of like parachute cord, only it's bungee cord. And I've split the side so that you can take your orange vest or whatever, or any extra rain gear. If you rain, it's raining out, and you want to throw it, in the ruck right away, you want to let it dry out, you can stick it through these straps on either side and hold them on to hold your rain gear on top. On the inside of the pack, this is where your main webbing goes. This is your main pack. What I really like about this is you can take the center piece off of this one that goes around your waist belt, run it through this, and this comes with its own strap. So you've got a separate pack, which is also a waterproof bag. Love it. It holds just about everything I need to pack in, and it works really great. I added a military camelback that I had from the service, and I put it to the frame itself. Mounts real well up in there. The reason I did this is when I want to pack out an elk quarter or whatever, I can stick the elk quarter in here, in its bag, run it down, and they've even incorporated where your the bone of the elk quarter will come stick through here, and you can strap this thing down, put your quarter in there, and strap it down, and I can still have water then attached here. If I put it in this bag, which is all great and dandy, and it has a hole for the camelback or for whatever bladder you use, The problem with that is, you know, you separate the piece. When this goes on the outside, these long straps attach across, and you hook them in here, and the pack rides on the outside of your quarter meat or whatever, your tenderloins, back straps, whatever you have on the pack, or your head of your elk, whatever. And you really can't get to your cord for your camelback. So I did that. I thought it was a much better way of doing it. Put it in here. Really works good that way. The other thing that I like about this pack is it has 2 slots on each side, which work really well for your map holder. I know a lot of guys use GPS. I've got one too. I put it on the very top, you know, so you can use it while you're working. You flip this flap open and the GPS can get out. The problem, I don't use GPS so much. I like map and compass. I'm old school in that respect. Maybe because I can't afford the top of the line new one. I try to keep everything to a budget to make the elk hunting as cheap as possible and yet as enjoyable. I like this, like I say, you put your map case up in here. You can still get to it while you're humping your ruck around, and it makes it real convenient. This is well put together. I mean, I really like the way it sets up. I really like everything about this ruck for 150 bucks. I mean, it is not a mystery, what do they call it, the Mystery Mountain or whatever pack that they sell. I know those are real expensive, real nice, but I can't afford it on my budget with 4 daughters and 2 in college. My budget's very limited, and so there we go. This is the pack for me, $150, and it sure beats my military pack for sticking the elk meat in the center of it with a plastic bag and then worry about bacteria. This makes it a lot easier. Really works out great for me, and I give this thing, you know, 10 stars or 10 armadillos, we say here in Texas. Next, I'll be showing you my bunker tent. It's a snug pack. I use snug pack tents. I can't afford the Heidelberg or Heidelberg, whatever you call them. They're expensive, nice tents, but I like the snug pack. This is the bunker tent, and I'll be doing a review when I get to Idaho with my wife. She's going with me this year elk hunting. I will do a full review on this. I've used this tent several times. It's great. It's a 3-man tent, all weather. Used it in snow and everything else, and it's durable. It's held up great. I secure with these nice load-down straps that are bungee and they hold real well. I usually carry an Ionosphere snug pack, which I'll also review for you and show you when I go on by myself. But this, my wife's coming this year, so I'm going to review this one when I go up to Idaho this year elk hunting. And I'll do a review on that and show you later how well I like the bunker tent. 7.7 pounds, it's not a lot, 3-man tent. You put all your gear, 2 people and all their gear in it. Works really good for 7 pounds, you can't beat it. And that's my review on the Slumberjack Rail-hauler 2500. I hope you enjoyed it and some of the tricks and tips I've showed. And if not, thumbs up. If not, well then spend your money on whatever you want to buy.